I don't know, I didn't say without speculating, but there's someone who needs to hit the ground running, who lives in the big old city, of New York City, which will not quit coming up. It will not quit coming up. It will not. It is all everywhere. If I tap into the talking stick and I get a message, the first thing it says, and this was before they did their abortion thing, I think. Not sure. It's just New York, New York. I don't know what the message is. It doesn't make sense. It just keeps saying New York. I'm like, okay. I don't try to decode off of the talking stick. Not unless Michael gives me the keys. Not unless it's got to be Michael who gives me the keys for something like that usually. Or Gabriel. Or Raphael. But yeah, that's the way it works for me. But it's 9/11 and I was being given that message right at 9/11 and it came very synchronistically and I feel like something could be the case in New York. Something that some people, if they have a chance right now to go and get away from a place like New York, maybe you're just in the big city, okay? Maybe it's just the big city in general. Maybe it's a metropolis like New York, okay? But no, it's probably New York. But if you got a chance to get out, I would go. I wouldn't listen to a soul except for that man right there. And I would just go. If you stay and you're being prompted to go and you feel it in your heart to go, if you feel it in your heart to go, you just need to go. It doesn't matter why you're going. It doesn't matter. You just need to go. That's all there is to it. So, let's pray. I'm rather fond of this prayer. I'm going to pray it again, and then we're going to do a rebuking prayer if anybody wants to join in on rebuking. Because I am going to rebuke a bunch of energy away from me. I'm going to cast some hellfire out. Cast that hellfire out on that Satan. I don't know who he thinks he is. I got this like yesterday's biscuits. Covered and smothered in honey and butter. Except for that's upside down.
In our community, the Our Father
What the
Lord's
heck?
Prayer is known as the Abun Bishmaya, which is Jewish Aramaic for
You are an
Our Father.
imposter.
Abun Bishmaya.
That's 89 is a symbol for the temple, and this video has 89 on it. Because guess what? I'm the temple. And tonight, we pray for myself and for New York.
ولا الله نسيونا إلا بصا من بيشة متضلديلو خايم الجودة وخيلة تشبختا العالم آمين آمين.
It's going in English now.
آفون بشمية نتقدى الشمخ تيتي ملجوتو.
Oh, Father out there in heaven.
نبي سويانو إيشانت بشمية أبارا. لخما سلطانا يومانا وشغلا خوبين إيشانا دبخنا شغلا خياوين. ولا الله نسيونا
خاصا من بيشة. وتضيله هاي ملجوتا وخيلة تشبختا العالم آمين آمين.
There's quite a difference between the original Lord's Prayer and the King James Version, is what it says at the end of the video. I didn't notice that before. Read Acts 24:5 and visit the... Hold on, I can't read that. Because you might want to check this out. If you don't already know this Lord's Prayer, visit... Oh my God, why is that hard for me to read? Hold on. I'm going to read that website off for you. It's the Nazarene.org. So Jesus was from Nazareth. And one thing I learned, it's no guarantee. I learned this from someone. I don't know if it's true, but now that I've been shown this prayer, it kind of rings like it might be some truth. I wasn't very fond of the lady. It wasn't a legitimate thing. She wasn't legit because God, at the same time he was speaking to her.
Alexander.
But at any rate, what she said that day did say to me some good stuff, which was interesting, that did prove to be true. But she did a couple of things really bad that she shouldn't have did. She tried laying hands on me. She shouldn't have did that. And then she told me that, and this was because I asked a question that had to do with it, and what she said, or somehow she ended up telling me that I said, I know Jesus. That's all I said to this woman. She never met me a day in her life. I said, I know Jesus. I follow Jesus, she said. And that's where she went wrong. She was very arrogant. She just could not see me as someone who didn't need to be talked down to, who needed Christ. And I literally had Christ sitting there talking in my ear, which was insane. This happens. This kind of stuff happens. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever experienced in my life. It's just, you're just like, what the? Anyway, she said, God said to tell you this. You know, when they do that, that's usually not good. But she said that people do call the name of Jesus, and they could be calling another entity, because lots of entities, she didn't explain, but now since then it makes sense. I've learned lots of entities have existed with the name Jesus, and some of them may not necessarily be anything. So her recommendation was, she said people wasn't praying Jesus right. They needed to say Jesus of Nazareth. Well, I don't think you have to say Jesus of Nazareth. I think if he's in your heart, he's in your heart. You say his name, it's active, because your intentions, it's about your heart activation. It's not just about you throwing some words out there into the atmosphere. But to people who don't really worship God, who pretend, that is what they're doing. They're just throwing words out in the atmosphere. They're not coming from any heartfelt, heart-activated type of place. Doesn't mean they don't have a heart or they're not compassionate, but they don't have that Christ-conscious activation going on. Possibly. And so, yeah, that lady was, and he told me when she laid hands on me, you're mine. She's not to lay hands on you. That was a mistake. I mean, that's what he was saying to me. And I wasn't like, oh yeah, lay hands on me either. I mean, I was just looking at this lady like she was crazy. She honed in on a pain in my neck, in which I used to, it's gone now. The Lord took that off of me. He took a lot of stuff off of me. It's gone now. But I used to have like a crick in my neck, and I had pain in my neck. It was always there because I had car accidents and dislocated neck, and I had some severe issues. I had severe issues that should be bothering me all the time, and they may bother me when I'm old. I don't know, but right now it's like he took it off of me because it hurt for years. But it didn't come off because she touched me. It stayed after that. I still didn't. He didn't really take that off of me until when I got healed of the growth that seemed like cancer. That I'm sure it was. That wasn't the only thing that became healed. You know, I was healed of other things all through that time. And so she wasn't supposed to be putting hands on me. I didn't know nothing about any of that kind of stuff yet. I really didn't. I didn't know nothing about prophesying or preaching or nothing. He still had me going out meeting witches and sending witches my way. I was still going through the test to see if I would take the bait, basically, if I would go that route with my gifts or if I would. And I got sent a real Satan worshiper too, who really wanted to. He really wanted to weaken me to where I would come to him. And he may still have that intention because he's still around. This person lives where I live, and they're locked up. And I believe this person was sent to me by them, and I believe that they will try to have him using spells. At any rate, that made me think that was why I was like, no, it's witchery I know when it's witchery coming my way because I went through those things. He showed me things. And you can only see so much because when people are really deeply involved in witchery, unless you're wanting to be involved, which he did try to get me to go to covens. He invited me to covens. He told me to start doing spells. He told me that's why I was having I needed to do spells. And I was him like he was insane. And I did try to explain to him that there was no spoon. I didn't try to wake him. But I did try to introduce him to Jesus. And he came and sat in my house all the time with my pictures of Jesus sitting around, and it didn't bother him. But when I would start talking about Jesus, he would act agitated. He acted like he wouldn't be disrespectful, though. He was not a disrespectful person. We got along pretty good. But he was into the paganism big time. And he was worshiping. He tried to put on like he wasn't worshiping Satan. They all try to put that on. They think people are stupid, but I knew. And I didn't know everything, but I knew. And there's some symbolism on this picture that keeps wanting to be talked about. And there's some little dots that lead up here. And I believe this is representing vapors going up the nose to the blood-brain barrier, guys. Oils, vapors. I believe the Lord is trying to tell us something. I don't think you're supposed to go outside of Gaia, though. I think you're supposed to come to Gaia for the oils, the vapors, you know, up the nose. Seriously, I believe that's what that is. I am the gate. The 3 marks represent something. I have not been revealed this yet, but that heart is also on a painting that he sent me that I found this painting and a painting of the world. But these marks mean something here. At any rate, at this point in my journey, if it weren't for the witchery, I don't know if I would get the therapeutic purge of a cry. I'm just being honest with you. So thank you, witches. I did need a little purge. And witchery is pretty much just a nuisance at this point. I really do have much bigger problems to worry about than witches on YouTube. I also have much bigger things to do with my purpose than witches on YouTube. So this is just trying to free up more energy for the ascension. I hope y'all realize that I'm just trying to get people to use their platforms and wake up and get all these liars and freaks off and out of everybody's way so we can free up the energy needed to continue this ascension. We can't free up energy with these people sitting around playing with these cards like stupid retards. Like Jesus was all good with that. Oh yeah, sure. Pull that freaking devil out. I'm sure while he was in the desert facing the devil, he couldn't wait to go get a tarot reading and hear about his twin flame. He just needed that tip. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to go crazy. Yeah. YouTube, you're not a threat to me. And if you persist trying to make me feel threatened in any way, that's a good way to get to him. You must be really wanting to get to him. Maybe you don't realize it. Okay? It's a pretty deep-seated thing, and I'm not joking or being sarcastic. When people attack me, they are almost always seeking him. They're seeking the Lord. Desperately. They want to see the truth that I see that they can't see. But I'm trying to give them that gift so that maybe they will stop attacking people and doing what they're doing and put them running shoes on and run away from it. And I have gotten a lot of people to run away from it. I know I have. He tells me. The world doesn't tell me. He does. He does. But again, he doesn't come through and show you that kind of favor. I'm proud of you. That's not the Lord. That's not Archangel Michael either. Just need you to really understand that. I also need you to really understand that me selling the essential oils and the vapors and stuff was blessed by him, and I was anointed and appointed to do so, and I've been prevented in certain ways. I'm trying to get there, back to that. And cannabis doesn't go up the nose. So I know that these dots that seem to go up his nose, it's not about cannabis. It could be, but no, it's not. It's about essential oils, which are in the Bible, by the way. But this other stuff, I mean, this is a J, this is a heart. That's not hard. Jesus' heart. But no, I see it here. Now, also, I don't have a clue where this came from. I just owned it one day. I don't know where it came from. It might have been in this house somewhere. There was someone that rented a room for just briefly or stayed here briefly when my son lived in this house, because my son lived here for a while. And she left a Bible, and she was like a recovering drug addict or alcoholic. So she was developing a relationship. So I maybe got it from there, but I really don't know where I got this. But that always stands out to me, and I think that that is the vapors. So I do know that essential oils are very key in having a healthy chakra system. Very key. Two very key things. Essential oils and eating with the seasons. These two things will keep your chakras balanced and ground you, help ground you. And the oils will activate the blood-brain barrier and cause you to have a healthier pineal and cause your body's healing system of your body to then activate. And your seals are active when your pineal is active, and your pineal is active when your pituitary is affected. You can't affect the pituitary unless you break the blood-brain barrier, which is why supposedly they can't find cancer. But if essential oils are breaking the blood-brain barrier, then I think it tells you a lot right there. And it also would reveal a lot of why they like to target me. They don't mind you selling essential oils, but they want you to do it for paganism, for pagan and Wiccan. If you're a pagan or a Wiccan, or if you're part of like the false religious crowd, they don't target those people. No. They get to have their thing. But if you are a Jesus follower and you are like me and you're like a truth artist or something like that, the company won't even really want you to work for them. They're real particular and snickety. I don't think either of the companies I work with would really just be like, they wouldn't just hire me. But that's not how it works with these companies. You can sign up. But you can sign up, but is the company behind you? That's what I'd like to know. And I think Jesus wants to know too. Does the company back me up, even though they would like to kill me because I'm out here trying to sell essential oils? Would Young Living or doTERRA back me up? Because they're not paying my bills. So I don't know that they would back me up and protect me, even though it's dangerous for me to be an oil saleswoman. As it stands, people won't even acknowledge that I could be in danger because of it. They downplay everything. So, yeah. I doubt that I'm going to be heard, but if Jesus is showing it and Jesus is saying it and I've been being led, then there must be a reason for me to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it. And I just don't think those companies care about me. So I don't want to represent them. But I do know of a company that seems to care about me. I'm not going to say the name of that company. And it's not CTFO. CTFO is a decent oils company, though. I like them. So far, I like that company. And I haven't seen another oil company that's selling the cannabis supplements and stuff online that's doing as good as that one. There was another one, but everybody I met from that one I didn't care for, so that's not good. But I don't have to purchase cannabis oil from CFTO. If I need to purchase cannabis oil, it's pretty local and easy for me to get. But others can order it from me who may not necessarily have a dispensary right down the road. However, I can purchase from my own company and help myself out, except for Jesus really isn't confirming to me to do that. What I feel like he is confirming, he's down with the doTERRA. And so far, doTERRA does seem to support me. At least other reps that I've met that do doTERRA have been much friendlier and much more supportive. So that's what I'm seeing here is he really just likes me to do the oils, that he's very approved of that, but more, it goes bigger than that. I mean, that's what it says to me, but it's not just for me. It never is just for me. I really think that's about the vapors. And I would also like to know what image of Christ this is, because this looks like the one, this possibly looks like the one from the Talmud. Am I saying it right? I don't know if I'm saying it right. I feel so stupid about things like that when I say them wrong, so I'm not going to act like I know. But the cloth that they covered his body with, I think this reminds me of that image. I don't know if that's where this image came from, but it does remind me of that. His face is on that cloth where they wrapped his body. So, I don't know. But also I have photos of this J in my sky, and it looks just like this. And the painting I'm talking about that has the heart on it is right there. It also has a heart, and inside that heart is my initials. I found that at a giveaway church that was giving away like a free place. I don't remember what it was at, but it was some place that gives you stuff for free. And you guys probably already seen that one. I can't do any wallpaper or painting because I'm highly allergic to that kind of stuff. So far, I'm still very allergic to paint. Not allergic to the cat anymore, but I'm allergic to paint. And I also got to remove the wallpaper off these walls in order to do them. And if you haven't been watching the channel, you may not know that I had to clean out my room and make it into a sacred space so that I had a place to meditate and do this work, because I was just out there doing it at my dining room table, and that really was kind of hard. So no, I got this room all together now, but I can't paint it. That's something I'm gonna have to wait. It just can't happen. But I had to tell you that since I showed you my wall. And my little boy comes in and just like finds pieces of that wallpaper and just starts ripping it off. He's done it all over the room. So that's why when I turn the camera around and you see my walls, it's like, God, it's just you live in a box, like a cardboard box. Like, well, what is she living in? Well, it looks worse than it is. Well, yeah, I mean, it looks worse than it is in this house. This is a really cozy, cool house. I love this house. Jesus knows I love this house. And that I would be very brokenhearted to lose my home. And I'm not going to lose my home. I'm not worried about it. But I'm just saying, like, those are the things that are on my mind lately. It's just like I'm not going to come do my channel and do readings for people and pretend that I'm not still going through hardships and stuff, because I really am. It's really serious. And I do not know how it's going to turn out. But it's not the worst I've seen, and it's not the worst it's been. So I'm not freaking out, but there's a little pressure on me. I got a hold of someone today that says they can help me with my foreclosure situation, because they filed on me because I got behind. And so we'll see. And things will probably turn around, because I've been seeing 5 all day. So things are probably getting ready to make a turn. Haven't been seeing any negative numbers or picking up any negative energies, except for what I already shared with you guys on the channel. So the 5s seem like a really positive change to me. It's not a huge amount of 5s. It's not a huge amount of synchronistic things all day long today, so it's probably not like gonna hit the collective. It's not gonna be Gaia level change. It might actually just be a lot of little personal changes for a lot of people in the collective right now. So just so you know, if you've been waiting for something to change or shift, or to see a change or a shift on a personal level, I think you're gonna see one. I think I am too. So all right, much love. This was for the prayer circle. And if you would like to be a part of the prayer circle, it's easy. You just pretty much set your intentions to be a part of my prayer circle and follow my channel and stay up with me a little bit. Whatever you feel guided to do on that note. I'm here praying for things that come to me, that I'm shown, that come across. I say it like this: it's coming across my table, so I got to pray about it. So those are the things that I pray about, the things that come across my table. If it's a person, it's a person. But I'm always praying for leadership. All of leadership, especially the big leaders, who are the ones with all the power and control to help the mothers and children in communities. Those are specifically my constant prayer. And before I do that, I pray for myself and my family. And I don't do things like pray for the Lord to work through me. I don't have to do that. I'm a Gaia channel. It just happens. It just is what it is. I didn't pray for it. I didn't wish it on me. Okay, that's just what it is. I did choose to use my mediumship abilities how I wanted, but it wasn't like I just said, oh, well, I'm a medium now. I want to be a medium. That's not how it went. It's hard to explain, but all right. I don't think I must be getting tired. I didn't think I was tired, but I must be getting tired, because I completely just lost something I wanted to say. All right, so that'll be it.